Welcome back to the Pack and Chat Part 2. Let's just get into it. This order is going to Regina in California. Thank you for your order. I'm going to try, I know it'll fit in this 964, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit in my 753 because of these two things are a little bit bulkier. And so let's just do the 964. So Regina left a note, and thank you so much for loving the tallow soaps in the last release, our first release back. Those did go very, very well. I have had great feedback from the tallow soaps. So into this box, we're putting in some of the menthol scented steamers. And I love this box. It's just so cute. These are made with the menthol and some eucalyptus. And then we just have some 4 cute tablets in there. And a steamer gives your shower scent. You put it off to the side, either in a dish or on a ledge. Let it get a little bit wet so it starts activating. And then it's going to release scent into your shower. And it's so much fun. You just have to be careful because the residue is a little bit oily, so you have to be careful that you don't slip or anything. That's why I like the dish idea, because then it doesn't like roll down to the drain as easily. So we're going to put in the steamers, and then we do have a vanilla latte soap scrub, and this is a mixture. It's a whip soap base, but we add oil and stuff to it. So use it on your arms, your legs, your trunk, not sensitive areas, not mucous membranes, not your face, and it just helps to little scrubbiness with your cleanser. And then we have 3 soaps. So we didn't even have one of these in the first part of the video, but we have a lavender goat milk essential oil soap. I love how that label turned out. This way, I guess. We have sweet milk and honey butter. And I have had so many people say they love the idea of the honey butter blend, but they don't personally use tallow. So could I make it vegan? Well, I can't. Let's backtrack that. Not vegan, because I still put honey in it, but not made with tallow with my regular recipe, but with the added stuff. So I have done that, and I have a batch back there that I need to cut. It's made with my regular recipe that has no animal fat, but it does have some buttermilk, and it does have honey in it, and it's oh so good. And I did switch up the fragrance just a little bit. This one kind of reminds me of like a Lush fragrance. It's very sweet and smoky and honeycomby, and it's not just like ooh sweetness. So I did mix some of the oatmeal milk and honey fragrance in with it, and I think it made a really nice blend. So that'll be a little bit different coming up for too long. So this box is just a smidgen large, but it really is just kind of working for what needs to go into it. So I'm going to just kind of getting away from my shred box here. So put some shred in there to help protect it. And I'm going to put in a Figgy Cream soap sample. This box is just a hint too big, but the 753 would just be too small. So I'm going to go in there with the packing slip and the card. We're going to get this all closed up. I just love this paper. And then we're going to have this one ready to head off to California. So this order is going to LeBrock in New Mexico. Thank you for your order. I don't think I've shipped to New Mexico yet with this release, so that's fun. So I'm going to go with a 753. Now I talked about in my last, the first part, the last video, the first part, that I had bought a box that I was really hoping was going to fit just 4 soaps perfectly, but it did not work out that way. So I have to go to the 7s. I will get something that will work appropriately there. So into this box, we're going to put in sweet milk and vanilla latte. Now the vanilla latte soap, it smells so good. It is made with coffee oil and coffee, brewed coffee plus coffee in the soap itself. It's oh so good. And what I like about it is it just has a light vanilla fragrance. Now it is a little bit different from my scrub and the wax melt. That has some more caramel and stuff into it. But in the soap itself, it's just light vanilla, and it's so good. I just love that. And then we have the lavender goat milk, and we're seeing Calendula carrot for the first time here as well. That came back with this release. I love this one so much. It's a classic. It's oh so good. It doesn't sell as fast as some of the others, but it's always popular. So it'll be staying around probably for a little bit longer, but that's fine. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm going to put in a Crema Cacao unscented soap sample. We have our packing slip and the card. And then this one is going to be off to New Mexico. I'm going to pack just one more, and it's pretty big, and it has some things that we've not seen yet in the packing. So that's why I thought I would do some of these. It has some products that we haven't seen yet. Okay, so this last one we're going to do today is going to Leah in Kentucky. So thank you for your order, Leah. I'm going to go with an 1186 for this one. I'm going to put in the bubble paper and the tissue. Now the reason why I'm going with a little bigger box again here is because we have a couple of bath bombs, and they just take up a little bit more space. We have raspberry jam and sweet lemon tart, and these were gone wonkies because they cracked a little bit. Some of them had a little bit of a wart. They're fine. They're gonna work great. They didn't meet up to our design standards, really, is how that comes out. We're going to pack in some soaps and some wax melts, but this one, look how cute. This one had a Mabel, a crochet chonky chicken. There's some little, like, it almost looks like hair, but it's not. It's like little bits of the polyfill that are poking through. Those will eventually be pulled out all the way and shouldn't be an issue anymore, but look how cute. Now I had some speckled ones. I had some purple ones. I also had gray, and you can see that they're little different sizes. I was trying to be very accurate, but it really has everything to do with the yarn. Even though it's the same yarn, I noticed it worked up a little bit different. So this one's just a hint chunkier than this one, and then I did have a really chunky one that was extra chunky. But they're just so super cute. I love them so much. I've already made up some new. They're not done. I have their bodies made. I just need to finish the design, little details, the comb, the eyes, the nose, and fill them and everything. So look out for those if you want one too. They're so soft. So I have just been wrapping them in a little bit of the tissue. And Mabel is just so cute. If you're a crocheter, the pattern is by Oak and Marlowe. If you sell their product, the you know, what you make from their pattern, you have to give them credit. So no problemo. Happy to do it. But I have fun making them. I go through phases. Sometimes I knit most of the time. Sometimes I crochet most of the time. But I've been having a lot of fun making these Mabels. So we just have a Mabel Chonky Chicken sticker. And this Mabel is ready to head out to its new home. So back with the box here. We're going to put in the wax melt at the bottom. We have a figgy cream and a strawberry whip. They're just so cute. This is actually two different kinds of pink. And there you go, you can see that. These ones I really like. Oh, that one kind of had a little air pocket in the bottom. I'm gonna go change it out. So I'm loving this shape and the way, if you're a maker, most of the clamshells, like the square clamshells, they don't have this thick space here for the top. So it's really hard to, by the time you get the cavities filled, then you're like, boom, at the top. And that can kind of be a pain for pouring or designs. And so I love that the cavities are, let's see, if I remember right, I think it was about 1 ounce for the hearts total, and then 1.25 ounces for that top part. So it really is nice to make designs. And I get those at Makesy. Yeah, Makesy. Anyway, go put those in. And then these are just solid colors. And I was off on my color just a little bit. It looked so perfect. And then when it started, like I put a little on a white sheet so I could see what color it is. And it was like perfection. And then it wasn't perfection. So it's a little bit more grayed out than I would like. I did have to make my own brown because somehow I managed not to buy brown. So I was mixing and matching, but I wish I would have just done one more drop of yellow in that one. And then we have 2 of the Snickerdoodles. I love Snickerdoodle cookies. I haven't had one in years, but I love them. I love them. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Let's do... Okay, oh, they smell so good too. Well, just a little bit rolling through and woo, it smells good. All right, so we're gonna put in a sweet milk soap, a vanilla latte soap. We're just gonna kind of just lay these in on the bottom. And then we have a lavender soap. I need to leave room for Mabel over here on the side. But I also need to have room for those. Yes, perfection. I'm gonna put a little bit, let's bring those soaps up just a little bit. And then we're going to put a little bit there. And I have these extra pieces, and they work just great to wrap the bath bombs. Put one right here. Let's go ahead and put Mabel in. She's going to just sit right there. I just think all that purple is so gorgeous. Alright, so I think I'm going to put a little shrimp here. These bath bombs are very hard. Most of them, I mean, I can't guarantee that every single one is this hard, but I purposely dropped one on the, I didn't drop it on the floor because I don't like things to go to the floor. But I did drop it on the table from a high distance, and my goodness gracious. They are very hard. They're made with cocoa butter. They have cocoa butter and apricot kernel oil. So they're not going to be floaters, but they're going to have lots of nice oils inside. So I think I'll put this other bath bomb right there, actually. So even though they're hard, you know, we're still gonna protect them. So we're gonna put, yeah, we'll put that one right there. So I have 35 orders to do after this. About half, not quite half, are remaining Figgy Cream pre-orders that I can go ahead and get out. And then I should be caught up tomorrow, if not Tuesday by Wednesday, because it's Monday the 29th. My labels took me so long to design. Again, go to part 1 if you don't know what I'm talking about, but it took me so long to design that I was a little behind on my packaging. So we have a creme of cacao sample and a sweet lemon tart wax melt. And I was very low on my mold, so I had these little like trees that I had bought at Christmas, and then I couldn't make wax melt, so I just did that. They're cute, why not, right? So then we're gonna go in with the packing slip and the card. And the card has all my deets, all the stuff. And then this one will be done. So I'm debating, I may not have a release next month where I put everything out all at once. In February, I may just roll some things out as they're ready. I have some stuff going on, and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna have the time to like really focus on a big release. I might need to just like split it out, but we'll see. I don't quite know what's gonna happen yet. Just stay tuned to the social media channels to stay up to date, plus email. I need a little bit more. I have some more requested soaps coming up with the next release, some favorites, so I hope you'll check it out. That was the Dymo. It literally just shot out a couple of blank labels. Now, why would it do that all by itself over there? Okay, so that's it for the pack and chat for this release. I hope that you enjoyed the video and enjoyed hanging out with. I hope you would consider me your friend. As always, you can find me on Instagram at Mo River Soap and on Facebook as Missouri River Soap, and my website is moriversoap.com. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your orders, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.